Summary of George Orwell's 1984. Welcome, listeners. Today, we dive into the haunting world of George Orwell's 1984. A novel that paints a chilling picture of a dystopian future where Big Brother is always watching. So, grab your popcorn and prepare for a trip to a totalitarian society that makes you appreciate your freedom a little bit more. Our story begins in Airstrip 1, formerly known as Great Britain, a province of the party-ruled superstate of Oceania. The year is 1984, and the world is divided into three perpetually warring superstates: Oceania, Eurasia, and Eastasia. The party, led by the enigmatic Big Brother, exercises total control over every aspect of life. Surveillance is omnipresent. History is constantly rewritten, and independent thought is crushed. The world of 1984. Oceania is ruled by the party, which is headed by Big Brother, a figure who may or may not exist. The party maintains control through constant surveillance, propaganda, and the brutal suppression of any dissent. The society is stratified into three classes: the inner party, the outer party, and the proles. The inner party represents the elite ruling minority. The outer party consists of bureaucrats and government employees. And the proles are the uneducated working class, kept in poverty and ignorance. The party's control is pervasive, affecting every aspect of life. Telescreens are installed in every home and public place, constantly broadcasting propaganda and monitoring citizens. The thought police are ever vigilant, seeking out and punishing thought crime, any thought against the party. Children are indoctrinated from a young age to report any signs of disloyalty, even within their families. Winston Smith's rebellion. Enter our protagonist, Winston Smith, a 39-year-old man who works at the Ministry of Truth. His job is to alter historical records to fit the party's ever-changing narrative. Despite his outward conformity, Winston harbors rebellious thoughts and dreams of a world where truth and freedom prevail. Winston's life is a monotonous existence filled with bleakness. The world around him is gray and oppressive, with telescreens in every room, broadcasting propaganda and monitoring citizens' every move. The streets are patrolled by the thought police, who are always on the lookout for any sign of dissent or unorthodox behavior. The party's three slogans: war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength, are drilled into the minds of the populace, creating a sense of helplessness and fear. Winston's first act of rebellion is seemingly small but significant. He begins keeping a secret diary. In it, he writes down his thoughts and feelings about the party and Big Brother, an act that is punishable by death. This diary becomes a symbol of his resistance, a way to maintain his sanity and humanity in a world where both are being systematically destroyed. The forbidden love affair. Winston's life takes a turn when he begins a forbidden love affair with Julia, a fellow party member who works in the fiction department at the Ministry of Truth. Julia, unlike Winston, appears to be a loyal party member on the surface, but she too harbors rebellious desires. Their relationship blossoms in secret, providing a temporary escape from the oppressive regime. They meet in secluded places, away from the prying eyes of the telescreens and the thought police. Together, they rent a room in a prole district, believing it to be safe from surveillance. However, in Oceania, safety is an illusion. Their love affair is not just an act of physical rebellion but also a mental and emotional one. Through Julia, Winston discovers new ways to defy the party's control. Julia introduces him to the pleasures of physical intimacy and the joys of small, personal rebellions, like obtaining real coffee and chocolate. These acts, though seemingly trivial, are profound in their defiance of the party's control over every aspect of life. The illusion of resistance. Winston and Julia's defiance leads them to O'Brien, an inner party member whom they believe to be part of an underground resistance known as the Brotherhood. O'Brien seems to share their disdain for the party, and they trust him with their plans and secrets. He gives them the book, a forbidden text supposedly written by the rebel leader Emmanuel Goldstein, which outlines the principles and strategies of the Brotherhood. Winston and Julia read the book, which details the mechanisms of control used by the party and the perpetual state of war between the three superstates. The book explains how the party uses war to maintain a state of fear and control, ensuring that resources are always scarce and the populace remains subservient. It also delves into the concept of doublethink, the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs simultaneously, a crucial tool for maintaining the party's grip on power. However, their trust in O'Brien is a fatal mistake. O'Brien is a loyal party enforcer who betrays them, leading to their capture. This betrayal reveals the party's deep infiltration and the futility of any resistance. The Brotherhood may not even exist. It could be a creation of the party to entrap potential rebels. The horrors of the Ministry of Love. What follows is a harrowing journey through the depths of the party's cruelty. Winston is taken to the Ministry of Love, where he endures brutal interrogation and psychological torture designed to break his spirit and force him into submission. The party's goal is not just to punish dissent but to utterly eradicate any possibility of rebellion by controlling the very thoughts of its citizens. In the most infamous scene of the novel, Winston faces his greatest fear in Room 101, a place where prisoners are subjected to their worst nightmares. For Winston, this fear is rats. The party uses this fear to break him completely, forcing him to betray Julia and confess his crimes against the party. This ultimate act of betrayal signifies the party's absolute power over the human mind and spirit. Throughout his torture, Winston clings to the hope that he can retain his inner self and his love for Julia. However, the party's methods are relentless. They use a combination of physical pain, psychological manipulation, and the sheer power of authority to crush any sense of individuality or resistance. The final defeat. After his release, Winston is a broken man. He has been brainwashed to love Big Brother and accept the party's version of reality without question. The novel closes on a bleak note, with Winston's individuality and humanity completely obliterated. He spends his days at the Chestnut Tree Cafe, drinking Victory Gin and listening to the telescreens, fully indoctrinated and devoid of any hope or desire for rebellion. The final image of Winston is a tragic one. He has become what he once despised, a loyal and unquestioning servant of the party. His last thoughts are of his love for Big Brother, a stark reminder of the party's total control over the human spirit. Themes and relevance. Orwell's 1984 is a stark warning about the dangers of totalitarianism, the erosion of truth, and the loss of individual freedom. The novel explores several key themes that remain relevant today. 1. Totalitarianism and oppression. Orwell's depiction of a society under total control serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of absolute power, the party's manipulation of reality, language, and history highlights the lengths to which totalitarian regimes will go to maintain control. 2. The manipulation of truth. The Ministry of Truth's role in altering historical records and propagating lies underscores the importance of objective truth in a free society. Orwell warns that when those in power control the narrative, they control the populace. 3. Surveillance and privacy. The omnipresent telescreens and the thought police symbolize the loss of privacy and the constant surveillance that can erode individual freedoms. Orwell's vision is a precursor to modern concerns about government surveillance and data privacy. 4. Resistance and rebellion. Winston and Julia's attempts to resist the party's control, though ultimately futile, represent the human spirit's desire for freedom and individuality. Their struggle is a testament to the importance of dissent in the face of oppression. 5. Psychological manipulation and control. The party's use of psychological torture to break Winston's will illustrates the devastating effects of brainwashing and the lengths to which oppressive regimes will go to maintain power. 6. Language and thought. The concept of newspeak, a language designed to eliminate rebellious thoughts by reducing the range of expression, demonstrates the power of language in shaping reality. By controlling language, the party limits the ability to think critically or dissent. Conclusion. 1984 serves as a powerful reminder that the fight for freedom and truth is ongoing and that we must remain vigilant against those who seek to control and manipulate us. Orwell's masterpiece remains as relevant today as it was when it was published, reminding us to cherish and protect our liberties. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like this video, hit the bell icon for notifications, and subscribe to our channel. What are your key takeaways from 1984? Let us know in the comments below, and tell us which book you'd like us to summarize next. Until then, keep reading and stay curious.